Good morning. I don't know, I'm trying out a new light and I feel like something's weird. Not sure what it is. Anyway, so here I am. I'm actually on day 45. Let me check. 3, 4. I'm on day 45 today. That officially is halfway of my original challenge of 90 days. So that's cool. This is the vlog for day 43 and day 44. What did I eat? And also, how am I finding higher fat? Let's call it higher fat. Even though I'm exceeding my goal, my first goal for March was to get to 100 grams a day. And I'm exceeding that. I'm achieving that and going beyond it. And I think I'm feeling good. I have not noticed anything negative. One of the signs of having reached your fat cap, if I can put it that way, is diarrhea. Now, I have not gotten there. So it's been, I feel like it's been over a week. I need to go and check. And this is the reason why, I suppose that's a good thing. This is the reason why I set myself a 100 gram fat of measuring it every day so that I would not have a medical emergency. I've had those in the past with pancreatitis and gallstones and all. Look, so just wanting to be wiser and just take that journey a little slower. My goal is to do 100 grams a day in March of fat measured, and then 150 grams of fat in April, and then get to 200 grams and decide what to do from there and where it needs adjustment. I think in the last vlog I spoke about finding my number, because I used the magnesium example. I've taken magnesium for quite a few years now to help me sleep at night. And my number, I would take 2 tablets, so 2 100 gram tablets. So it's 200 grams, right? And that number, let me just adjust. And that number, I wouldn't even notice anything. Then I went to 3 tablets, 4, 5, 6. When I got to 7 tablets, I think 8 tablets I hit diarrhea, and that's one of the ways with magnesium you know you're having too much, and then you step back. And so 700 grams was my number for a long time. 7 tablets at night before bed. And sometimes I would take an extra 2 in the morning, because with adrenal fatigue and going through that, I found that in the morning sometimes I was shaky and out of character for me. So I would take 2 magnesium. That would just help that. And I do know with magnesium, there's your brain, there's your nervous system, there's bodily functions, there's your muscles, pain management. Magnesium is used all over the place in your body, right? So depending on what you're doing each day can determine, stress is probably the other big thing. And coming through some stressful years, it just saps your body of magnesium. So it needs more. I use that example to say about fat. So I've got my own, my body has its own things with fat, and let alone genetically whether we're predisposed to working well with fat or not. I've had that genetic test done, and I don't need a low amount of fat. I can process a medium amount of fat. Having said that, I had yellow jaundice as a child, and I have a fatty liver. Now, I do take milk thistle every day. So this is why I say when you get the advice, eat meat and eat fat until you're full. I just don't think, or I don't think that advice is equal for everyone, because there's other things to consider. And I don't know everything. I'm learning, right? So I probably just, that's enough said on just commenting on that, because I felt bad at times that I can't just eat meat and lose weight. I just on the carnivore diet or the keto diet. So I think there's more to it, and especially when you hear that from someone maybe who's younger and who doesn't have metabolic issues, then I can understand if that's their experience. I just think there's more experiences than that around. So anyway, let's get to, high fat, it feels good. I'm not measuring my weight right now, so I can't comment on whether it's helping me lose weight at the moment. I'll get to that later. I'm working out my strategy. I may start weighing at the 90-day mark when I finish this first goal that I have. And then Emma and I are looking at doing it for the rest of the year. So it would be good. I don't know. It's a slippery slope for me once I start weighing myself. Because I get discouraged and then I want to quit and try something else. So I've just got to work that out. So I'll be thinking about that. But so far, I feel good. I do feel good. And I think I need a few check-ins for myself to, because that really helps me with metrics. So metrics, anything that I'm measuring, it's really helpful. Like when I measure my textures and tastes every day, and I do that so that I can see, I'm eating crunchy, I'm eating, crunchy and crispy are my biggest things. And my brain freaks out a little when I can't get something crunchy and crispy, which is why I like the fat trimmings, the beef trimmings, why I like the Ninja air fryer, because it helps me achieve that texture a lot of the time. But I like soft and tender, and I like a bowl of soulful broth. That's amazing. I think I'm going to go and have a cup of hot broth this morning, because I cooked some chuck in the Instant Pot last night, so I've got some nice broth. I'm having water so far today. You can't see it because it's down to here. What was I saying? Measuring those textures is good for me. I think I might need to work out what my check-ins are around high fat. That's what I need to do, so that I've got some legitimate check-ins. It's like when you measure your pain score, you go between 1 and 10, and then it gives you something each day to actually compare. Whereas if you're just saying, I feel good, I don't feel good, I've got pain, I haven't got pain, it's not as helpful for yourself, so that you can work out what you're doing. So I need to do that. But I'm feeling good without having those measures. I think clarity of thought, brain fog, these are going to be some of the things I check in around. Diarrhea, like toilet, because we know when we get too much fat, it upsets our GI. And so it's good to, keep a track on that. But like I say, I think it was a week and a half. I think I've been doing this a week and a half. I think it was Friday the previous week. And I have not hit diarrhea. So that's a good thing. And it also means that I haven't hit my maximum of fat, and I am keeping track on that and showing that now on my list. So one day I had 220 grams of fat. So this is good. All right, let's do 2 days. Monday, day 43, and Tuesday, day 44. So what did I have? I started off with a coffee and some cream on Monday, and then and I'm writing down how much fat because I'm working out how much cream I'm putting in my coffee, and on and on. And then I had a bowl of beef crackle, and I explained in my last video how I've worked out that 60 grams of fat because it's a 250 gram bag of beef trimmings or fat trimmings. Then I had some amazing flanken ribs, and I did marinate those. First time I've marinated so far, 43 days in. Wow. I love marinating foods, and I can have spices and all. I don't do garlic and onion. I stopped having that a while back because of IBS symptoms that I was having, that I've been having for years and years actually, but didn't know that's what it was. So I marinated in some coconut aminos. That was all I put in there, but still. I will be exploring more with spices and different things as time goes by. And as this becomes more a way of life, then I need to have some options for other things because I don't want to quit instead of having spices. Like that for me is silly for me. It's not for some people. Some people can't have spices, and I get it. Because when I have garlic, it really interferes with my tummy. It does. Onion, not so much, but I'm still yet to work out how much with onion, but garlic definitely. So the flanken ribs were amazing, and I will show you the sizzle, the cooking, the sizzle, and the bowl. And then I had some porterhouse steak strips for dinner. I just basically got 2 porterhouse steaks and I just sliced them. I don't know why, I just prefer strips. Yeah, I just do. So after I had the porterhouse steak strips for dinner, the husband made an omelette, which was like a Japanese omelette. Didn't have any vegetables in it or anything, just a few seasonings. So he made me some. So that was nice. That was actually really delicious. Just a slight variation on an egg omelette flavour, right? It's just a slight variation. So that was day 43. And I will work out how much fat I've got. 60, 72, 84 grams without the ribs, the steak, and the omelette. So I'll add that and I'll put the total up. I hadn't actually totaled it here. So we'll see how much. I did research that in a porterhouse steak, a 100 grams is 16 grams of fat. Now, I cooked 2, but I only took half of that. And those steaks are about 200 grams each because they're quite thick. So let's say that was 32 grams. That was 32 then. The omelette, an egg, has 5 grams of fat in it. Did you know that? I reckon I probably had equivalent to 2 egg omelette. So that's 10 grams of fat. And flanken ribs, look, I have not looked that up. There was like layers of fat, like lines of fat in it. And that was a 700 gram packet that I bought, and I split it in half. So there was 350 grams of actual ribs. Let's say there was 20 grams of fat per 100, because a porterhouse steak has got a lot less fat, and that's 16. So I'll just say that roughly so that I can roughly say. So 20, 40, 60 plus 10 is 70. So if that's the case, in 350 grams of flanken ribs, that's 70 grams of fat. I will check that and put the final number. But if that is true, 70 and 60 is 130, and 24 is 154, and 10, 164, and 32, 166, 196. Wow. My goal is 100. That's 196 grams of fat, assuming my flanken ribs is correct. So let's do day 44. Yesterday, Tuesday, day 44. I slept 7 hours. In the morning, I had the other half of those steak strips, and it was delicious. And I'm so hungry right now. Haven't eaten yet because I wasn't hungry when I woke up. It's about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning right now. And I'm I'm hungry. So, of course, this fat trimmings is sounding so delicious right now, and steak is sounding so delicious right now. All right. Woo! My water nearly fell over. All right. One moment. Hold. Okay. Steak strips in the morning, a bowl of fat trimmings, delicious. Then I made myself an ice water. Then I baked. Okay, I've gone into cacao. I did raw food for a long time, so I've got cacao here at home, not cocoa. It is different. One's cooked, one's raw. So I thought I'm going to make a little chocolate muffin. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's my Etsy shop. Sorry. So pork rinds, Courtney Luna has the recipe, but Carnivore Revolution, let me just stop this moving. Carnivore Revolution, I love her. She's so cool. She's got such great content, especially in her shorts. She does some really great food content. She made a pork brownie, it's called, on YouTube. You can search it up. So I thought, I will make that and make some alterations. I've got a salted caramel beef protein powder and a double chocolate beef protein powder. Now, I use the salted caramel. I use 1 scoop of the salted caramel beef. It's beef protein, basically. And look, I don't really love the flavour of the salted caramel. Now, I used to love it, so I don't know if my taste buds have changed. And I used 4 eggs. I think I took a couple of photos, but I didn't video the method because I want to get this tasting nice before I make a recipe video for it. I added cacao, so pork crumb. It is a great substitute to making bready things because it was like bread. Really, it was like a little tiny bread puck. That's what it was like. Yeah, and so look, I had 5. It ended up making 9. A cup of pork crumb, 4 eggs, 4, and I added 5 tablespoons of ghee. I want to make them with tallow though. I've got a lot of tallow right now because I'm eating these fat trimmings. So I'll show you the footage. I had that. Couldn't really taste. I don't think it had enough cacao in it. Couldn't really taste it. Even though it's brown, you couldn't really taste it. It didn't taste like a chocolate cake at all. So, and I added a few drops of my monk fruit vanilla sweetener, but it wasn't very sweet. So that was all I added besides the scoop of protein powder, which has a little bit of sweetener in it. It wasn't very sweet. So I've got to play around with it to see what it is I want, what it is. I wanted something bready and something nice. Pork rinds is what I'm limiting myself to. I've also got chicken flour and I've also got gelatin and protein powders. So I'm just checking out that space a little bit. Then at 6:30, I had a mixture of, it was like a bowl of beef. I had skirt steak and some beef trimmings. Then I had made some port wine jelly and I'd added the coconut cream like I do and made it creamy for husband and I. We both love that. So I had some of that with some of my cream poured on it. And then later in the evening, I just wanted something more. So I had, I pressure cooked some a chuck roast, quite a big chuck roast in the pressure cooker with some broth. And I ended up having a bowl of that. And I've got a video of that you will see. And that was beautiful. I'm calling it my chuck broth bowl. I don't know. I don't know whether that sounds good or not. Who knows? But it was delicious. And that was day 44. So I'm going well. how are you going? How are you doing? You doing okay? It's interesting why people are doing carnivore. So, hey, why are you doing carnivore? All right, that's me. So far today, I haven't had anything except some water. So I'm going to go and make myself something because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. My stomach is rumbling right now. And I think a bowl of beef crackle. I've got my chuck soupy. I was wanting to make stroganoff without, I've been thinking about making beef stroganoff without the mushrooms, of course, which is basically beef, sour cream, mushrooms, we're not having those, or onions, and some spices, Worcestershire sauce and all that, which I'm fine to have. But I haven't been cooking my beef in any flavours, so I'm going to do that. I don't know when, but I'm going to do that. And before I go, I've got a delivery coming today from Jetty Clean Food. They're having another really great special. So it was a bulk cut because that's how I can get it cheaper. And if I get the amount, I bought a navel end. Now that is beef belly. Oh, beef belly. Do you know what beef belly is? Beef belly is the same as pork belly, only it's beef. I can't wait. And it was cheaper than anything else. It was $34 for the weight was 4.7 kilos. 4.7 kilos. Now, last time I got more than what the advertised weight was, and I bought a brisket, point end, but it's point end flat. And it's gone up. It was 68 last time. It's 70. It's 78 now, I think. I think so. And they advertised 4.7 kilos. Last time they gave me 6 odd kilos. So I don't know. It just depends on the animals that they're cutting. And then I bought some marrow bones. Just, I don't know if I got a half a kilo or a kilo, but I really want to put them in the air fryer, the Ninja air fryer, and see. Oh, I love bone marrow. That's going to be delicious. So that's coming just after lunch today. So I need to eat and hopefully edit this video, add in all the footage and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm just happy. Like, I'm happy. I'm feeling happy. That's a nice thing to be able to say, right? And I'm not even feeling like I'm on a diet right now, which is bizarre. Bizarrely good. All right, let me know how you're going, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.